Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll be unboxing DIMMER from Moonstone. DIMMER is a two-headed giant with loads of character, and you'll certainly see that unfolding as we go through this video, and you see all the contents of the box. I'll get the model built, you can see what it looks like when it's painted, and then we'll do a deep dive going through all the abilities on the character card. The artwork on the box is really great, setting the scene for this character, and a good reference if you wanted to paint it in this style as well. And then on the back here you can see the rendering of the sculpt that you're going to get. And this is a resin model, and it comes in a few parts. You're going to have to assemble it, but really easy to put together. And as we look around the box art, you're getting a mix of Dominion and also the Commonwealth. And you can play DIMMER in either of those factions. But let's get it open then, and we'll have a good look inside. And if you haven't seen any unboxings before for Moonstone, this is how these models come. You get the two nice chunky pieces of foam. And this is a great way to keep all the content super safe. You're going to get all the components of the model, the card and the base. We'll get rid of those pieces of foam out of the way. And here you can see you get the little baggie with the model and the base and the card on the right. Definitely want to protect those models in that foam. They can be a little bit fragile sometimes, especially some of the smaller models, so really good that they package them in that way. The first thing I do whenever I do these unboxings is I grab one of my card sleeves and protect the card. Keep it safe right away. This is a Dragon Shield Clear Classic, and the size for this is 88 by 63mm. Let's get the model and the base out. Here's your 40mm slotted base, and it's got the little recess and the round edges, which I like. And then here we are. So you can see not too many parts to put together for this. You can have a couple of arms, the main body, and then the second of his two heads. And there you can see on the base of the sprue there, it tells you DIMMER. And hopefully you can just see the quality here of these sculpts and the way they're cast. They come out so well. And the Moonstone models have really got me into painting now. I've been trying some new techniques, really taking my time getting these models going, and I've really been enjoying it. These models are fantastic to paint, and I can't recommend them enough. And I found with these models, I first started off thinking I would be a Dominion player with all the goblins. That's the sort of thing I like normally. But I'm quite getting into Commonwealth. I'm really liking the humans, and painting them has been really fun. And this guy I played for the first time, which I'll show you later on, in a tournament with Dice Smash TV last week. And yeah, you can see him in action. But there we go. There's all the components. Hopefully that gives you an idea of just how good quality those sculpts are. And here it is, all assembled, so really easy to put together. Definitely recommend that Loctite glue, works a treat. I'll put a link down below. And then what I've done is I've airbrushed this with a Panzer Grey Vallejo primer, and then I've gone over it with a white dry brush 2 or 3 times, quite heavy, going in downward strokes from top to bottom to give it the zenith or highlight. And here, this is where you can really see all those textures coming through. And if you'd like to see the painting video for this, I'll be posting it very soon after this video, so chances are it's already up on the channel, and I'll go through every step of the process that I use to get it to this standard. And here it is, all finished, DIMMER, painted, ready for battle. And this is one of my favourite models to paint. I really enjoyed it. I'm not going for smooth blends here at all. I really like the kind of oil painting look almost, where you can see the brush strokes. You've got the different tones coming on top of each other. And I really enjoyed doing all the flesh colours on this. It was really fun. And then the face as well, getting those eyes done. I used a pen, a Micron pen. I'll show you that in the video if you check that out later on. We've seen the model, so now let's have a look at the card, and you can play DIMMER in Dominion or Commonwealth, and this is the faction symbol that you want to look at that lets you know that you can do that. Find DIMMER in the Arising book, page 113, and this is going to give you all the abilities, the character card, the upgrade, and a little bit of a story there, just to give you a sense of the character, or the characters. They've got 2 heads here, they're always bickering. And it's great how they do this in the books. They put a little section at the bottom of each character, which really gives you a little taste of what they're all about. Let's start going through the card then. So here we are. We can see right at the top, we've got DIMMER, and then they've just got one keyword, that is giant. For the characteristics, we've got a melee stat of 2. So that's 2 melee cards, a range of 2 inches, Arcane 0, and Evade +2. They're so big and cumbersome, they're certainly not going to be able to get out of the way quickly, and so the enemy is going to get +2 to any of their arcane attacks. Let's have a look at the first of their two passive abilities, and this is called Constant Bickering. And it tells us that when this character activates, flip an arcane card. This character gains X energy, where X is the value on the flip card. But there's a catastrophe. This character will suffer 3 wounds if they draw a catastrophe card. I love this. This could be one of my favourite abilities. I really like the randomness it creates in the game. I think that's really fun and plays into the spirit of the game. And so you don't know here whether they're going to get along, whether they're going to agree on what they're doing, and that's reflected in this. So you could certainly just draw 1 energy, you could draw 2 or 3 and get lucky, or you could get that catastrophe and they won't be able to do anything. They end up bumping each other on the head maybe and dealing some damage to themselves. So really fun ability. I love this, and I like to play this and Drunk Fritz in my troop, and with Drunk Fritz movement being random as well, you never know what's going to happen. Complete chaos, and that's how I like it. Brilliant fun. Alright, next up we've got Cleaver and Club, and here if this character deals impact or slicing melee damage, you increase the damage dealt by +2. And so this reflects the 2 weapons they've got. One's got the club, one's got the cleaver. Dim and Dimmer have certainly been putting it away, and you can see they've got some natural padding here so they can reduce impact damage they suffer by -2. But if they take slicing or piercing damage or magical damage, they're not going to get any reduction in that. It's only impact damage because of their natural padding. Now this one is really good, and I played 4 games last week, but I didn't actually use this in it. I didn't get a chance, just the way things unfolded. But here we go. 2 heads are better than 1. During a round of melee, after cards are drawn, but before they are revealed, you may discard 1 energy to play 2 different cards. If you do, after cards are revealed, you may choose which card is used, and then the other card is discarded. This is really strong. I really like this. So you've got a bit of randomness, but you've also got the benefit of them having these 2 heads, these 2 minds that are focused on the job of eating as many little characters as they can, and I love how that's played into this ability too. 2 heads are better than 1. Constant Bickering, I think, are just fantastic and really come across well. And this is a great example of how good Moonstone is at putting together the character and then the rules and making them work together and just feel really fun on the table. Alright, now we've got the health, so you can see here that Dim and Dimmer have got 14 wounds that they can take. That's quite a lot, but this can go down quite quickly if they're attacked by the right other characters. But you can see they've only got 1 energy, and that's all the way down there on the 6th circle. So they can take a few hits, they can take 8 hits, but on the 9th hit, they are going to lose that 1 energy. So you really want that Constant Bickering to come off so they can get a bit more energy and do a few more things on the table. As we saw earlier, Dim and Dimmer are going to come with a 40 mil base, and they've got a signature move. This is going to be on a rising attack. So let's flip that card over and we'll have a look at just what happens when they get their signature move off. And here it is then, the back of the card. This one is called Packed Lunch, the upgrade for rising attack. And if you notice the little satchel there, they got some body parts going on. So it looks like they're saving that for later, but that's where they're going to put their snacks as they gather them around the battlefield. Here we can see that damage type for this Packed Lunch rising attack is going to be impact, and then here we've got all the damage dealt. So high and a low guard, nothing's going to happen. Everything else is 1, but it's this end step effect that you really want to get off. And it says here that if the enemy suffered 1 or more wounds during this round of melee and has an evade stat of -1 or lower, then it is removed from play. So they've literally just stuffed it in a bag. They're going to eat it later. It's just so good. And I managed to get this to happen at the recent tournament at the Dice Smash TV event last weekend, where I ate Beaky Bobby, which was awesome. I was so happy. This was the first time I played Dim and Dimmer when he was fully painted and he managed to get a snack. So I was really happy. That was pretty much my mission for the day and I achieved it. Would have been nice if I ate some fairies too, but I'll settle for Beaky Bobby. That was a great result. Here's a few shots actually from the day. You can see Beaky Bobby is not on the battlefield. He's well and truly stuffed into that satchel. And the Dice Smash TV guys put on a great event. It looked fantastic. The terrain was brilliant and it was a really good atmosphere. Good fun day, which is what it should be about. having a good time, having some laughs, playing with your favourite models and just enjoying the game. But I had a really good time there, it was great, and if you're around I would certainly recommend going to the next one. I'll put a link down below, and I'm always posting about them on Facebook. Awesome group, and so there we go, great event and lots more to look forward to in the future, can't wait. That's covered all the cards then for Dim and Dimmer, and I hope you've enjoyed having a look at what they can do. I definitely recommend, if you're into painting, grab a Moonstone model, give it a try. I think you're going to love it. The quality of the model is fantastic. I'd certainly recommend magnetising these. I use the War Mags. You may have seen a video I did on that earlier, but that's a great way to transport these models. They're very high quality, fine details on some of them. You want to keep them at their best, and I think putting them in foam is not going to be the best way to do it. So yeah, magnets all the way, I think. But here's the box again, Dim and Dimmer, available to pick up from the Moonstone website. Links down below if you want to check that out. A big thanks to the team at Moonstone for sending out Dim and Dimmer for me to share with you, and it's been great collaborating with them on this new series where I'm going through every aspect of the game, and it's awesome fun. If you're in Cornwall around Liskeard area on Monday the 30th of October, come and join me at the Little Shop DVD and Games for the Moonstone Monster Mashup. It's a Halloween themed meetup, completely free. Come in fancy dress if you want to, don't have to, but come on, it's going to be awesome fun and be great to see you there. I've got loads of other videos on the channel for Moonstone if you'd like to check those out. I'll link to some of them at the end of this one, and then you can see some of the other models that have been painted up, how to play, and lots of other Moonstone content. Look out for that painting video I've done for Dim and Dimmer 2, and I'm trying to up my game with my painting at the moment, trying different things. So if you want to see how I've done this ink and watercolour effect on these miniatures from Raybox Games, Escape from Project Reza, that video is available too. And a massive thank you to all my sponsors and supporters for helping me keep going with these daily videos. Big thanks to you for watching and for clicking the links and supporting these awesome companies and helping me to keep going too. So thank you so much, really appreciate it. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, having a good look at Dim and Dimmer. I'd love to hear what you think, so let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know what your favourite character is from Moonstone. I'd love to hear that too. Thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, it'd be great if you hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I look forward to seeing you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.